So let's say you've been working with Datalab and you're running Python code and you realize you need more memory. What do? Well, one of the things that you can do is you can simply rehost the notebook. So here, for example, I'm on the web console and I see that there is a My Datalab VM. This is the virtual machine that's actually running Datalab. I can go ahead and select this VM, stop it. And at this point, the VM has been stopped. And once the virtual machine is stopped, we can change its machine type. Notice that at this point, the Earthquake VM is running, whereas the My Datalab VM is stopped. And I will go ahead and click on the My Datalab VM and click on the Edit button. And at this point, I can change the machine type from one virtual CPU with 4 gigs of memory to have 4 CPUs with 15 gigs of memory, for example. And having done that, I can then basically go ahead and save it. At this point, the Datalab VM, it now has more CPUs, but it's still stopped. And if it's stopped, I'm not paying for it other than for the disks, etc. I'm not paying for the compute associated with it. When I'm ready to start it up again, I will go ahead and select this and start it. And at this point, the Docker image that's going to be running Datalab will also get started. So once this VM is up, I will have Datalab running, but this time the Datalab is going to be running in a virtual machine that is a lot more powerful. And when I'm done with it, I can go ahead and stop the machine because I'm not using it anymore. Or I could also stop the machine and bring it back down to a less powerful instance and fire it up again. So this is a very easy way to go ahead and rehost your Datalab notebooks. If you ever need notebooks running on machines that are of different powers because you need them for different projects. More commonly though, we will just run our Datalab machine on an N1 standard 1 VM, just the basic plain vanilla virtual machine, because what we're going to actually be doing is that most of the work that we want to do is going to get done in serverless managed services on the cloud. So whether we are doing data exploration or we are doing machine learning, we will just submit the job and have it be carried out on hundreds of machines. So we're not going to be really concerned about running Datalab on a slightly more powerful machine. Why bother with a slightly more powerful machine when you can get hundreds of machines?